me a sec. Alright, I wasn't going to make a video. I was just going to kind of take a couple weeks off, but I decided because I needed to vent, I needed to get some stuff off my chest, some hopes, some needs off my chest. I figured I might as well also kind of do, not really a proper review, honestly, probably going to title it more opinion, because honestly, I can't be bothered to finish the game. Yeah, so here's the thing, I'm going to be talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance, probably read the title. Here's the thing is, I want to preface this with one key thing. No matter what negative shite that's about to come out my mouth, I actually do love this game, but just not as much as I want to. There are plenty of things in it that to me are awesome ideas and really neat things, but there are also things that are supposed to be neat ideas that get undermined by terrible decisions. Now, let me also make a preface of this, as I'm not going to ask this game to become fantasy. No. Hell no. Not by a long shot. Wrong answer. What I am going to ask is for it to become a better version of what it is now. That's my hoping here, that by saying these things, they'll either get fixed in this coming sequel, or they'll get fixed in maybe possibly a third game or in a patch somewhere. Something of some shape or kind. That is my food by my way. The thing is honestly, and quite genuinely, I do want to love this game more, and the game has the potential to make me love the hell out of it. But there's some things that need fixing. For example, one, I just finished playing the Switch game. Now, the Switch game, from my knowledge, I think it came out a good bit later after the original game. I can't remember. I just don't have time to look it up, and I'm too tired. I will probably look it up to double check myself sometime. I just can't do it right now. Sorry about Exhibit A. Holy crap. Sorry. Exhibit A, like I said. I just want to make it very clear here that honestly, I've tried playing this franchise a couple times now, and it has pretty much been a awful, tedious, monotonous, unrewarding, awful experience almost every time, really. The thing is, at first I was playing it the way I wanted to play it. I didn't want to lean into like the whole shield and sword and charge. I wanted to go into like okay, time to stealth and pop and pop and pop. Next up, here we go. I kind of wanted to play more sneaky, more like a thief kind of vibe. Don't do that. That's my advice. Don't do that. This game is honestly, if you try and play it as any one thing, the game is unplayable. No, really. If you try to play this game as any one specific thing, it's just not playable. It's an awful experience. It's tedious as hell, grindy as hell, monotonous as hell. And if you're doing archery, it's just bordering on unworth it. Just completely worthless. And honestly, not rewarding in the slightest. I literally, on my first attempt, I busted my butt. I spent so many dozens, I can't even keep track of the hours I spent originally just grinding archery, so that this way I could become a better archer. Level 5, 10, 15, I'm pretty sure I got anywhere between level 25 to level 50 by busting my ass, grinding it to hell. And the shitty part is honestly, even though realistically when you become more proficient at skill, you become better at all aspects of that skill, not just I can use better gear on that skill. No, when you're using archery and you start off, you do suck. You will not hit much of jack crap. I can tell you that now. The difference is, though, is if you keep practicing, eventually you're going to become more accurate. Shooting an arrow is going to become faster and less draining for you as well. Quite genuinely. In this game, no, it doesn't. From my experiences, based off of level 0 to level 25 minimum, or 50 even, yeah, there's no distinguish between a level 0 and above. Other than, I don't have to wear a van brace so I don't get my arms flayed. That's quite literally the only thing I've seen after getting that high in level. and having just replayed the game on Switch and not doing archery at all. When it comes to accuracy, efficiency, there's no difference. None. Really. There is no difference whatsoever. The thing is, honestly, for the next game, I'm hoping they fix archery, make it so it's just as worthwhile to do as the others are, because honestly, archery is pretty much trash. You heard me, pretty much trash. Honestly, part of me wants to give this thing a score, but I can't be bothered, because it's literally just the same game, but with one new problem that I didn't have in the PS4 version. Whereas in the PS4 version, sure, the draw distance wasn't amazing, but it was at least workable. Here, the draw distance is like 15, 20 feet max. Yeah, you can't really see much. Everything just comes no textured, vague, from like next to no feet away. So, archery then becomes even more not worthwhile doing because, like I said, everything past 15 to 20 feet ahead of you is pretty much a pixelated mess. An ugly, textureless blob. So yeah. But outside of that, honestly, all the same problems that I had in the PS4 version that I was having even way long after it had released, I'm still having here on the Switch long after it released. I'm still having the same issues. Tons of crashing, tons of lagging, texture pop in, texture pop out, freaking lag. Did I mention that? There's some of that. There's some of that. Invisible walls that I get stuck on, even though it's grass. Grass. Or a rock. A rock. Ally AI being, especially for dog, being a, I'd say a joke, but that would mean there was an improvement at some point. It's honestly pathetic. And let's not even bother bringing up how the dog looks ugly as shit. Like, dear God. That does not look like a normal dog. That looks like a dog who's been on every ounce of crack ever made. Yeah. The game is, honestly, if you're someone who isn't very lucky, and you're not someone who loves tedium, monotonous grinding, this game is garbage for you then, honestly. If you're not someone who's into that shit, or can make do with that shit. If you're someone who honestly doesn't enjoy the idea of spending hundreds of hours going from level 0 at a bow to level 50 or more and feeling like you're no different than when you were at level 0, then this game's not for you. If you're someone out there who does not like the idea of grinding for dozens of hours only so they can have either little to no return at all in their investment of time, this game isn't for you then. Hopefully the next game will be. Hopefully they will tone it down just a little bit. So this way they find the balancing act between fun and realistic. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the realistic elements, a lot of them aren't the actual real problem. For a lot of them, they actually work. It's just that they were either taken too far, or something that was stupid was plastered on top of it, making it not function anymore. Like the whole dog mechanic, guess what? If you can just go up to the dog and be like, come on, that'd be fine. But no, you have to go to a specific NPC, and you have to talk to that NPC, and if that person is sleeping, then fuck you, you don't get your dog. Or I guess you can keep pestering them, but I'm pretty sure that's going to cost you reputation, which means that person's going to like you less. Yeah. I already have enough enemies, thank you. I don't need to be adding to it every time I try to get my dog. Call me crazy. It's not a bad game, but it does need help. Because there are tons of things where realistically was a really awesome touch. Like whenever people would just tell you to fuck off whenever they were sleeping because they didn't want to be waking up at some awful time in the morning. Fair! In fact, overly fair even. I'm pretty sure I would have slugged a fool. You wake me up at fucking 2 a.m. and I'm sleeping and there's no reason for it other than because fuck it. You better cover your vitals, fool. I'm about to go swinging. Especially since I have enough difficulty sleeping on my own. I don't need no help. I don't need no help. Honestly, this game I do feel like has so much potential, and I do think honestly if refined and made so that this way the parts that are realistic aren't also destroying the game experience, I do feel like this game is not even close to its max potential. Not by a long shot. Not by any stretch of the definition of long shot is it at its peak or nearing its peak of potential, honestly. There is so much room for growth here, it's almost shocking that it hasn't already happened yet. Now look, from my knowledge, I think these guys are a small team, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, do not release your game in the state that this was released in. For the love of God, do not. I want to love the game, not want to frisbee it out the freaking window. Okay? I want to love the thing. I want to cherish the thing. I want to treat that thing like it's the freaking golden grail. The holy grail even. Just think about it and go all my precious, my precious. I want to love this game enough to the point of getting weird. That's not a hard thing to accomplish with me. Your game must be functional. It must not be completely crashing on me often, which this game has been. On the PS4, it was crashing on me every hour or two. Here on the Switch, it's been crashing on me every hour or two. So yeah. Please, more stable for the sequel, right? Please. If that means you have to delay it, then delay. Delay as many times as it takes for that thing to be released in a proper state where I can just enjoy it and not want to use it as a discus. Okay? I'm not mad at what you, y'all, because I haven't seen what you've done in the second game. If you've hurt the second game worse than you've hurt this one, then I will be mad. Then we'll be pissed. Okay? But for right now, I'm begging y'all, please release this game in a better state of stability. Where it's not crashing on me every 1 or 2 hours. Where the frame rate isn't dropping. Where there isn't lag. Where there isn't all these other technical problems that were happening and are even happening still in the now of this being made. Of this being recorded, which right now it's... Hold on. It ain't want to tell me what day it is. It ain't want to tell me what day it is for some reason. But basically, it is like freaking Saturday or Friday. I can't remember which. Fuck it. I'm too tired. But the thing is that honestly, this is a game that I want to see get exactly what it should, what it needs, and what it has always been able to achieve. This game has the potential to be a massively high-scoring game and a very addictive game too. But it needs the tweaks, and most of all, it needs to be released in a far more stable and effective state. Like, honestly, there's tons of potential here. I can't emphasize it hard enough. And that's not even counting shit that they've... Just from this game alone, there's tons. I haven't even seen a second game, and I already see potential. Because there's so much potential here. Dear Lord, if I were to do a video on just a list of potential that's in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, I would go insane, and it would take me possibly an entire week to make the video. No, really. That's not counting the almost days or even possibly week of editing it would take. Dear God, it would be so demanding I would have to beg someone to be an editor. That's how much it'd be. Yeah. Uh-huh. And mind you, that's with me not even trying. That's not me reaching. This is me just running with basic shit. Nothing impressive, nothing actually game revolutionizing, nothing. Just simple shit. And all of a sudden, oh, hello, gorgeous. Oh. I don't have to do a damn thing to fix this game, honestly. I really don't. I don't gotta do a damn thing. All I gotta do is wait longer. Done. I already made the thing massively better. And all I did was not rush it. Quite literally, honestly, if this game was more stable, if I did a review for it, keep this as a giant asterisk attached because I don't have it in confidence and I Since I can't really get myself to finish it because of the stability issues, I can't give it an actual solid score. So think of this like a placeholder, a jest, if you will. If I reviewed Kingdom Come Deliverance right now, honestly, if I reviewed it hard review, not just a soft review, if I did it with a real one, probably it would be getting right now about a 6. You know what's the saddest part about that is that the game has the potential to easily jump to anywhere between an 8 or even a 9. You heard me. It could jump that hard pretty easily. Hell, the only reason 2 points are even being docked at all is simply because of the fact of how bad it is at stability, at consistently not breaking apart as I play, costing me an hour to 2 over and over again. The thing is, honestly, between that and if you just do some silo tweaking or add in some perks to make it so that archery is just as worthwhile to do as swords or shields, maces, and shit. Oh. We can give this thing a 9 right now and just go home. We can go right home. 9 out of 10, bye. Just with those 2 things, we've already made up for tons of its flaws like that. We didn't do anything! Nothing. We have done nothing. We have sat here on our ass with thumb firmly implanted upwards and have done nothing. And we fixed it that much and that hard. Oh my god. We didn't do anything. And that's where we end up at, just from doing those couple things alone. Forget about it if they actually add in more stuff to do. Like, if they made it so that on top of all this other stuff, they added more things you could either make, do, wear, customize, alter. If they made it so you could play as a male or female or whatever the hell. Honestly, there's so many dozens, if not possibly even thousands of things they could add that would just tip it over, because it's already nearly there. Quite genuinely, this game, if they do expand on it, and if they do add in like customization, especially since honestly, having a voice actor character, good. I do wish I could customize them a little though more when it comes to looks. No, I don't mean full on like detailed shit. I mean, I kind of wish I could give him like some facial hair, like different facial hair, not anything massive. I'm pretty sure that you can do haircuts, I think, but I won't swear to that in a court of law. But the thing is, honestly, I just kind of wish I could customize them a little more. Just not a ton. Before you, don't go crazy. Don't go no Mass Effect. Don't go no friggin' Elder Scrolls with this shit. No. None of that. Just minutely. I would like an option of like, hey, do you want long hair or short hair? And not much else. Because you guys already have plenty of customization in the places that it matters most. Okay? I just kind of wish I could give myself a different hair look. Like, nothing wrong with his hair, but I feel like in this time era, I think I'll go with long hair. That makes a lot of sense. The thing is, honestly, I don't want it to go so far that it's allowing you to do tons of sliders, change your body type, weight, slap genitalia here, slap genitalia there. No. I don't want it to go that far by any stretch. And I'm not even necessarily asking for cross-dressing either. What I am asking for is just for it to be a little bit to the point where I can kind of alter just a little bit of the hair look. Like, I kind of wish he had more facial hair. Like, I'd love to get that guy a full-on, like, either a goatee, or maybe just a full-on bush. Some sideburns. Get some long hair, maybe medium hair. Not his current hair. I kind of just wish there was that little tiny extra. Not, again, don't go no crazy shit. Don't go no other RPG. Don't go no JRPG. Don't go MMO with it. Oh fuck no. No. It just would be cool if there was a hair salon type of equivalency where I could have my character have either long or medium hair and have him have a thicker bit of facial hair. Especially since I like playing as a kind of a rogue knight mixture. Having a knight who looks kind of roguish because he's can be whenever the need arises, is so perfectly my playstyle. No, really, I do that often. The thing is, honestly, I don't hate the game. I really don't. Am I disappointed that its stability causes a 2 point drop no matter how much I wish it didn't? Oh, yeah, that sucks. And that's very disappointing and sad and frustrating. But it's something they can fix. The only question is, are they willing to put in the effort to fix it? And if they aren't going to put in the effort to fix it in this coming sequel, will they do so for the third game? For the spiritual sequel or whatever happens after. I do want to see more in this game, and I am excited, but I'm also worried because they do have things they need to tweak. And then they also have to make sure that they don't release this game in as bad a stable state. They need to make sure this thing is functional and stable and consistently so at an acceptable rate. Crashing and having my game just say F me in my progress every hour or two at random on which one it is, might I add. No, that's not acceptable. I'm sorry. As much as I like the potential of the game, and I think there's so much room for growth to a point of being potentially a someday 10 out of 10 or more game, honestly, I do want to see what happens next, and I hope that they do improve it. Because there is, like I said, so much potential and so much room for growth. Honestly, I want to see more. I don't want to see less, and I don't want to see it become something else. I don't want to see it become a Skyrim-like, or a Mass Effect-like, or a Fallout-like. I want it to be its own thing, but I want it to be stabler, and I want it to feel good, not just in the overall progression, but by the time I have reached the cap, the end of progression, I just want to feel like I've made progress. I want to feel like I've made that progress. I want to feel like I'm no longer that greenhorn noob who freaking can't aim for shit. Who takes forever to get the arrow to the point of where he's got it knocked, much less angled for his eye. I want to feel that improvement, and I don't just want to feel it in just swords or axes or maces. I want to feel it throughout combat and throughout the game. All the skills I work on, I want them all to feel equally good. Like they are all equally becoming better and becoming superior at them. But honestly, I can't think of too many where I feel like I'm improving at all. I feel it a little bit in alchemy because now I'm able to just pretty much yank the whole field just by being near it, which is pretty cool. I don't really feel it much in the Horse or Houndmaster as much as I'd like, but I at least feel it some. I'd rather some over none. I feel it with swords, axes, not as much as I wish, but at least some. For stuff like defense, I feel it there. For blacksmithing, for the crafting stuff, for the alchemy, for basically, if it is a combat skill, it outside of defense, it really doesn't feel that good. It doesn't feel like it's improving much. Even as you get into the high scores, even once you're up to friggin' 40s like I was, it still doesn't really feel much like it's improving at all until pretty damn late. For many of the crafting skills, they are far, far more enticing and likable to work on, honestly. I find alchemy a little annoying, but honestly, when it comes to alchemy, when it comes to frickin', when it comes to even stuff like the, herbalist stuff, even that stuff feels far better when it comes to overall growing, when it comes to overall growth in general, really. Honestly, I think those are probably the only ones where I feel like there's a consistency to it. Is there hard enough for my taste? Not necessarily. But is it at least infinitely better than the weapons? You bet your ass, yeah. So I am scared, but I'm also hopeful. But I'm also scared that my hopefulness might be blinding me. It's probably blinding me, who am I kidding? Given the way the game industry is being, probably I'm being blinded by hope, but I'm going to reserve myself till I rent it. And by reserve myself, I mean argue with myself on why I'm putting myself through this if they do manage to make it pretty much the same, and why I'm torturing myself so much, and then I have to argue with myself on why I love this game for at least a solid couple of days. I'm not insane, you are. Yeah, I'm insane. So yeah, again, sorry for this surprise video. It wasn't intended. I'm still gonna be on hiatus. It's just I needed to get this off my chest, out my skull, especially before friggin' the sequel gets released, where I'm hoping to God it will be better. I'm really hoping. I especially need it to be better in stability. Dear Lord. But we'll see how that goes. See you, everybody.